Hello and welcome to part 10 of my video tutorial on how to make a browser game. In this episode we will be, well, I'm not sure what we'll be doing. We will start by, I was quite bored, so I drew a couple of images. Let's see, can we see them in the editor? Yeah, we can. Uh, for grass, a tower, and the ugly ass town hall. Because I thought instead of just like what we have now is this, right? Rika password. No, we don't say that. So what we have now is this. I mean, it's not pretty because it's all grayscale, but it's also not pretty because why not have a couple of pictures here? So let's start by entering that. So let's just go to our stown functions or stown functions. I never figured out why the the name town functions didn't work, but anyway, so this is the part where we are drawing the town or presenting the town. We're looking at the database, seeing which buildings we have. So if we here instead of just printing the text nothing, then we just type in grass.png. And otherwise the text should be this. So instead of saying this, which is the name, that is the, if we look at our database, that is the building name. Then we can just create a new one. Let's create a new column here that we call, it's called image. And let's make it a varchar. 50 is fine, I guess. And we can just, let's see, what did I call it? Town hall.png. Which one is this? Is this a tower? Oh, it was actually called tower, but guard tower, tower.png. And I don't have anything for the rest. I forgot that I added these extra. So let's just say if, because we can actually just check if there is a picture. If the what do we call it? Image picture. I called it image. If image is if it's set, so if it's set image, then the text will be the image. If it's not set, then and we'll just print out the name like that. Yeah, perfect. So now instead of just typing out the text here, let's see. I wonder what. Maybe it's easier if we just. Yeah, maybe it's easier if we just do the tags over here. I'm not quite sure what the best way is to do here. Let's just add them over here. So we will just say that there is going to be a image in the design image buildings, and it's going to be called grass, and we'll close that just like that, because then we will write all of this down here. And this is what kind of annoys me, because we need to write this twice. It's never a good thing to write things twice. So just like that, and we will also need to close it. Perfect. And otherwise we'll just print a name. That is fine. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, it really doesn't. I have no idea what happened now. Okay, it can't. Oh, this looks weird. Does it? Design image buildings grass.png. It should be fine, right? The link is valid, I think. Whoops. Yeah, the link is valid, okay. So we're just messing something else up. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I never closed it. You can see here that it's trying to find all of this. That's a bit much. Let's go back, and we forgot to. Yeah, we forgot to put a semicolon. It's called a semicolon. It's not. It's like an apost something, not apostate. All right, so let's try to reload, and there we go. Yay! We have a Oh, I see. I don't have any of the other buildings. And as you can see here, it looks quite funny because this is the original size. I just made it like 96 times 96 pixels. So we can fix that by giving it we can give it a style. Let's just give it an inline style here. We will say width 100%. And you can see what will happen now if we just go with that. It's going to take up more space than we actually want. So we also need to specify that the height cannot extend. The height should be 100% as well. So if we go back, that looks. I'm not going to say it looks good, but it looks decent. In a perfect world, we would probably make these. What do you call them? A square instead of. It's not an oblong, is it? I don't know, but we'll make them equal height and equal width. But not now. It's fine. It will be a bit stretched out, but I don't see an issue with that. Let's see, what else do we have? So we had this one. Let's see if that one works. We need a town hall. Let's go to our world. And you know what? Let's just clear all of this. Wow, this is not pretty. Let's just clear all of that. I accidentally pressed something. There we go. And let's try to reload it. Alright, we have grass everywhere. Now, this is a problem because before we had a yellow highlight, but that is gone because our image is on top of that. So let's fix that. Let's go to design, default CSS, and we will go down to our grid box hover. If we just remove this, and I think this will look quite nice. Let's just change the opacity to let's say 0.5. Let's see how that works. And if we update, this works. You can clearly see what you are trying to do. So let's try this one. Let's buy a town hall, and that didn't work. Oh, same mistake, exactly the same mistake. That was bad by me. I should have looked into that. Okay, so same thing here. Where are we here? So same thing here. I forgot the. Let's call it an apostate. Why not? All right, so we add that, and there we go. Oh, same thing. We forgot. And this is why I really don't like to have this in two places, because we need to change this in two places. We probably should have just made it to a class, but yeah, let's do that. Let's say class equals building picture, or a grid picture. That's why not. All right, so we will just put that over here as well instead of the style, and we will define that in our CSS file. Grid picture, and we'll set the width 100 and the height to 100. And we go back and we update, and I wish I could say perfect, but it's really not. It's really not. Okay, let's build a guard tower as well. Yay! One more. This is fun. Woo! Oh, you can like play. Alright, guard tower. And how can I win this? I'm gonna place it here. Oh no, tower wins. Alright, that was fun. So let's continue. How about we start making an army? See if we can attack other people. That's probably a good idea. So how do we start this? I'm very unsure. Maybe we can. Let's just start by adding a new page. Let's call it recruit. Maybe. I don't know how to spell that. Recruit. I think it's like that. Maybe. And let's just say, oh, don't know what that is. Recruit your army here. And let's just put it on the in our templates, in our header, which we called top. Sorry. Let's just put it down here. Army. And we can say my army. I guess we should just call it army, shouldn't we? Why did I call it recruit? You're supposed to recruit stuff, but let's just call it army. So if we go here, and we have my army. Alright, so it's that easy to add buttons. That's a good thing. We probably shouldn't keep all of them over here, but for now that's fine. So what else? Yeah, we need to do something. That's right. I guess we just use gold to recruit army. That seems fair to me. So let's just create a new table in our database, which we will call army units, and we will create a column with an ID, which can be auto-incremented, and a name. And let's just keep it simple. Let's just say battle strength. Oh, the name should be varchar. Let's just put 255. Why not? Let's make the ID primary. So as you can see, all of this, all of the things I'm making are very simple, and it's just like the basis for you to build something of your own. I'm not going to launch this game, and that's why I don't care much about how it looks and how it plays. It's just so you can have something to build on. So just keep it as a base, and you can just expand, or you can just take parts and pieces, and yeah. So let's just create a normal foot soldier. Is that how you spell that? I think it might be. Let's just call him soldier, or like militia. Let's go Age of Empires, and he has a battle strength of I don't know, 2. Let's create a ranger as well, a bowman. And he has a battle strength of 1, but he is also mobile. Never mind, let's give him 3. Yeah. As I said, let's just keep it simple. Nothing with like making grids and stuff. Not right now, anyways. Okay, so we have a couple of army units. So we can go back to our army.php. Let's actually create a backend file, which we will call, just call it army functions. That should work. And let's just create a function that we'll call lists, which we'll call lists list units for per. Now I'm getting way too long. List units, fine. That was very undecisive by me. One thing that I haven't pointed out so far is that, like, standard programming like convention is to always start with a capital letter for your function names. I don't know why I haven't done that so far. I usually don't do it. I just write them like this, and it's apparently like bad format, but I guess it's fine. We're just going to continue with this. Okay, so let's get our DB in there. And what else do? We need to select everything. Let's see. So we can just do. Let's see. What is the syntax for this? It's been a while now. Oh yeah. Okay. So we can just write like this. Okay. So let's select. Let's just select everything from army units, and we just do a query with SQL. And once more, I'm going to cheat and look over here, and let's just copy them. All right. Okay. Let's just copy both of them. Of course, we need to give this a variable name. All right. Like so. Great. Okay, so let's see, what do I want to do here? Oh, right now I'm truly awful, aren't I? Okay, so here, okay, let's just do a for loop here, or I mean a while result equals fetch all, and then for now let's just echo out the name, see if it works. Is this all I will do? Let's see. We call them name. Let's see if this works, or if Feel a little out of shape here. We get nothing. All right, let's. Oh, we never called this function. I am not on top of my game today, aren't I? Am I? Let's just start by including the file over here. Let's just include it. Root and backend. Army functions.php, like so. Failed to open stream. Nope, I got it very quickly. I forgot a backslash like that. Okay, there we go. So no errors. Cool. And let's just list them. What they would call list units. Perfect. And we'll update, and yeah, the name is wrong. Okay, that is fine. I'm just going to do a var dump because I don't remember if is there a 0 or what's the deal. Because there's a 0 and a 1. How do I get past this? Alright, so the thing is I'm using fetch all, which is not a good idea. In this case I just want to use fetch because then we'll go through each row like this. If I do a fetch all, then I would need to after that do a for each loop for the result array. But like this, so we can remove this and just echo out the names. Actually, let's echo out the BR as well. And let's go back and see if that works. Yeah, it does. Recruit your army here. Militia, bowmen. Awesome. Alright. So, how about we just make a... let's just make an easy... just an input box for buying. Let's start with list units. See, this is why I didn't like list units, because I want to list my own army. Function list your army. Or... yeah, list your army. That is fine. And in here we can just say that the let's see, what did we call there? We called logged in. It's been a while there. I don't remember if we kept the ID or the name in the session logged in. Let's double check this. I'm just gonna print it out here in the list units, because then we can just easily. Yeah, we print out the ID, so that's fine. That is perfect. So that means we can use this ID to match. So we can make a query where we can match on this. It's called user ID. So we haven't yet created a. We have created army units, but we haven't created the where our character will see the army. So let's do that let's do it in resources. It's a kind of resource. Let's add one called army, and we can make this a varchar. 50 is fine for now. And let's also get one called army strength, because it'll be easier. So I figure we can just let's leave it at 10. Why not? We start with 0, and we save. I figured we can use this army just like we did with the buildings. We can say if you have 100 militias, you can say like that, and if you have 50 bowmen, it will be like that. So that should work fine, I think. So let's start by selecting everything, or everything we need anyways. We can say select army, army strength, from resources where ID equals user ID. So just like that, and we can just do a query. And let's just fetch that. So result equals stmt fetch. So now we have that data in here. So what we need to do first is to just split up. Let's see that it works. We can actually say echo result It's called army. What did we call it? Army strength? Yep. Just make sure that works. List your army is what we called it. So we can go to the army page, and we can just say, let's do it up here. Actually, let's remove all of these. At some point, it becomes easier to just do that. And we can say echo your army strength, and then we can run this, and we should be able to see that your army strength is 0. Perfect. That's what we want. We need some spaces here, or row breaks, but that means we can get this value. Yay. Perfect. So what we need to do is we need to explode the army strength. We can say result equals. No, we can't. Let's call it army array, and we'll explode this. We'll start by exploding it with the comma to see if we have multiple what units. That's it. And army. So this will give us an array. So, for example, if we had this, then we would have an array with the first one saying 1, 100 and the second one saying 2, 50. So for this, we can just do a for each loop for each unit in army array. And we need to do another explode, which is called X. Let's explode the X. And unit. So this means that the first EX, this one, will be the unit ID. And the second one will be how many of that unit we have. Oh, did I write this wrong? Oh, I'm writing them in the wrong order. Sorry about that. For each army array as units. Okay. So that we can, we should probably before this just get this one. Yeah, let's just get this one. Yeah, I think we can just copy all of this. We can just do this first, I guess, where we just get all of the different kind of units that we can have. So we can just call this something else instead. We can call the result something else, like army units. It feels like I should have better names, better variable names. Okay, we can remove that. We can remove that from down here as well. And we can remove the army strength. Alright, so this is getting a bit messy. So let's see, what do we have here? We don't need this. We actually don't need this while loop at all. What we can do instead is to just fetch all of them. And for now this is fine. So we have everything in the army units, and we can just say that let's just print this out. Army units and EX, let's see, EX 0. This one looks terrible. What do we call the name? And I'm sorry, I need to type this and then I can explain what the hell I'm doing. Let's just make sure that it works. It might not. It didn't. It almost did. Hang on, we are missing something. Line 19, undefined offset 2. Oh, hang on. So if we go back to... So right now I set the army 100, 250. Ah, yeah, this is okay. Just so this can work, let's just put in a -1 there, and we can see that it works. Let's go back and just grab a couple of BRs just so we can see what is happening. Alright, so you can see that we got the militia, we have 100, we got the bowmen, we have 50 of them. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm getting all of the army units. So I have them in a row. I'm putting them in an array called army units. And then I'm just matching. I just say that the first part of this, if we go to resources, first part of this army, this one, I should take that one, like that one of the array army units. So this is not properly done, but I have a real tough time explaining this. We are going to change this because, as you can see, it didn't work. And the reason for that is that we are not matching this ID and this ID with these IDs. What we are matching is the thing that we collected. We are matching against this array. And this array starts with 0, like all arrays start with 0. And that's why this doesn't work. And it's the same that if we would switch these IDs, if we would put the militia here, and the bowman here, and the militia here, then it would be reversed, and yeah, it's not going to be good. Or let's say if we had 3 of these, but it had 1, 2, and 4, then it also wouldn't work because our array would be 0, 1, 2. So I'm sorry for that terrible explanation, but I hope you can bear through it. Let's see if we can solve this in a better way. I can't actually think of a good solution right now. So let's do a bad solution right now. So we know that we can do like this. EX... Oh, I actually accidentally turned on caps. That is the ID of the unit. And the EX1 is the amount of said unit. Right? So what we can do here, instead of doing this... Oh, didn't know the editor would do that. So what we can do is to say, we can just cycle through the army units. And yeah, it's a bit messy, but let's call it army unit. These variable names. Okay, so we will, inside the array or inside the for each loop where we have the unit, then we will also cycle through the available army units, so we can see if this one matches. And we actually need to do one more thing here, and that is and I will look through this file because I know we did it here. I don't remember the syntax. Yeah, we will write it like this. Because we also need the key, we also need the ID. Actually, no, that is not what we need. Never mind. My bad. So all we're going to do is we're going to say if EX0, so the ID of the unit that we have, is the same as army unit, the ID of the army unit, then we can just say we found it. And we can just say unit name equals army unit name, like that. Perfect. And we will also break the loop because we have found it is matching an ID. It's not going to find it the same ID twice. So that means we have a unit name, and we also have the amount of said unit. So what we can do is let's just echo it out. Let's just go like that, and we will say the EX1. Oh, I'm sorry, the unit name. Let's write it properly. You have, and we will say EX1 100 militia is what it will hopefully say right now, and 50 bowmen. Let's see if it works. It does not. Error on line 25. I guess it didn't find it. You have 50 recruit your army here militia. Yeah, that's not right. That is not right. Let's see, what did we mess up here? So for each army unit, if the ID of the EX is same as the army unit's ID, then we found the Let's just do like this. I find this is a good way to I'm just gonna write two spaces here so I can easily find it. EX, let's just call it EX0 is EX0, and I guess it's apparent that we are. Let's just go with that. So let's see if this works. If we go back, we upped it. EX0 is 1, and the other one is 1. Yeah, we are cycling through this, as you can see here. It's so EX0 is 1 1. That means that succeeded, and then we go to the next one, failed. So it does it one more time. That is very strange. Why? Oh, I am stupid. Look at this. Unit name. It's not called unit name, it's only called name. So that's why we set it to an invalid or non-existing value. Alright, so if we update this, there we go. Let's remove this debugging, if we can call that. There we go, your army strength. You have 100 militia, you have 50 bowmen. Perfect. Kind of. Okay, that works. Let's clean it up a bit. We can remove that. And, well, we might as well have to found. Why not? Okay, so let's see. Where are we? Let's go back to the army. Just make it a bit clearer. We can just put a header on this, so it's easy to see. Oops. And same here. Alright. Let's just refresh the page one more time. Okay. Recruit your army here. Militia bowmen. Okay, so instead of having militia and bowmen, let's just have simple input fields. I guess we should also write our gold here somewhere. It should probably be at the top. It should probably be at the top on every single page. Let's see, how do we include that in the town? We can just include. We might as well put this one in the index. Let's just put this one in the index. Oh, I am not good at writing my backslashes. It's always supposed to be backslashes, but I write front slashes like all of the time. The web server is smart enough to reverse that for us. But it's probably a good thing to be consistent, which I am not now, and I have never been. Okay. So instead of so now we don't need to include this file in the whoops. Oh, come on. I don't know this editor. How do I get it back the way it was? Ah, there we go. Perfect. I messed something up, but we were fine. Okay, so let's just run the get resources on the army page as well. We probably want this on every single page. If we do, then we should probably just put it in the UI, because we could just put it like over here, and then it would run on every single page. But I'm not sure if we want that, not yet. So let's just go with putting it in the specific files for now. Oh, it did not like this. Design templates. Oh no, not this again. Are we getting this weird error again? Alright, so now it's on the index file. Let's go to the index. Oh! am I writing them the wrong way here? Because this worked. The backslashes didn't work. Huh. Okay. So I'm just gonna assume that's why town functions didn't work. Let's see it. Let's remove it so it's town functions, because this in previous episodes did not work. And it doesn't work. Okay, so apparently front slashes is the way to go. Oh, Jesus Christ, that is horrible. Let's see, how do we replace stuff? There we go. And let's just replace them. Replace. Okay. Okay, so now it looks pretty. Let's just go to our army. So we have 100 militia, 50 bowmen. We can recruit our army here. Perfect. Let's continue with that. We never put in a cost. Let's put in a cost for the units. Just say costs. And right now, anyways, all the costs will be in gold. So we don't need multiple ones. Let's say a militia costs, I don't know, 5. And maybe a bowman costs 14. So it's more efficient to buy them, but if you don't have the gold and you just want 2 militia, then buy 2 militia. Doesn't matter. Okay, so the army functions when we are listing the available units. I don't like this name. Let's change it. List units for purchase. Perfect. Because list units, it doesn't make any sense. You don't know what kind of units you are listing. Okay, so we select all of them, and instead of just writing the name, let's just write a simple input number. Actually, it's type equals number, and we can just put the name in there. Can we? Yeah, not in there, but we can put name after. Let's set the value to 0, and I think that's it. We should probably write the gold, how much it cost as well. So the result and the cost, I think, is what we called it. And let's just specify that it's gold. Okay, so because we wrote the type equals number on the input fields, we actually get these little arrows. And if you are on mobile and you press them, you get a numeric you get a numpad instead of a numeric input instead of a keyboard. All right, so that's 5 gold. That's 14 gold. Perfect. I should probably write the strength as well. Oh yeah, you can go minus. Let's set the minimum to 0. And where should we put the battle strength? Let's maybe here. I was going to put it in between these. Result. Do we call it battle strength or strength, or yeah, battle strength? And just like so. It doesn't make any sense what they are, but we know what they are. Strength. Alright, that is perfect. So let's just put all of this in a form and just send it and make us available, or enable us to recruit. So let's just create a form with the action of B page, and what did we call this? Army functions, and we can also say let's see, let's go with recruit. And that should be fine, and the method will be post, because we will send these with post variables. And echo And let's end the form. We also need a submit button. Let's just do input submit. Oh, sorry, type equals submit. And what else? What else? We just end it. Okay. So we need to give this input a name, so we know what the post variable will be called. So let's give it the name result ID. That way we know which unit it is. Oops. So like that. We don't actually need all of these single parentheses or whatever you call them. We would need them if we had spaces in this ID, but we don't. But as a habit, I usually just put them there anyways. And I'm missing a dot over here. Okay, so with this, we should be able to. Let's just try to go and let's see if it works. One submits, and we get to a blank page. And I'm pretty sure I know why. It's because in the we need to add this in the pager file. And look at this. Sometimes we got front slashes, sometimes we got backslashes. So I guess we can just change all of these. Let's see. So we changed that one to /. Yeah. Okay. So we need to add another B page over here, and we will call it army, or not call it. We will say when we get the B page called army functions, we will get the file army functions. So let's go back and see if we can run that again. My army 2, and oh wait, we aren't supposed to get anything. We aren't doing anything. How stupid am I? Okay, so let's create a function here which we will call let's call it by items, by units, and we will use the db variable. And let's just say, let's just make sure that this works. Echo test. Let's just say if the get variable, what did we call it? We called it recruit. If the get variable recruit is set, then we will go to the by units. And let's try to run that. And there we go. We got the test. Perfect. Awesome. That's what we like. Okay. So that means we can do stuff here. We can buy whatever it is we're trying to buy. Okay. Awesome. Let's do it. Let's just make sure we actually got the I think we can do a var dump on the post variables. Let's see if we got them. Let's go back and refresh. Yes, we did. So we have an array with 2 variables. So this means we will buy 2 of units with the ID of 1, and 0 of the unit with ID 2. So what we can do, or I think this is going to be the easiest way, is if we just do a for each loop where we will say the post as let's call it key and amount, or ID and amount. That makes more sense. So now for each post variable, we will go through it. We will have the ID, so we know what we need to buy, and we will have the amount, so we know how many to buy. So let's just we need to do a couple of checks. First of all, we need to check that you have enough money, and we need to make sure that the ID actually exists. So I think we should do this in the same way as we did before. I think we should just get all of the units like this, because then we don't need to we don't need to do one query for each thing we're going to buy. So select everything from army units. So we have this called army units, and here we can just start by saying if the amount is 0, then don't do anything. or if the amount is greater than 0, then do something. Because there is no reason to find anything if we don't have, if there is no amount. Let's just do this in the same. Should we do this in the same way as before? I think we should. Yeah. Hang on, I'm trying to think here what we should do. Because we are buying multiple ones, we should first check. We should check the gold on all of them to make sure we can afford everything. Hang on, I'm thinking if there is a good way to do this. And there might just be. I think this is going to be the best way where we need not so many queries. There's probably a much better way to do this, as I've said quite a few times, but let's just do army units as, let's do the same thing here, ID and data, because they have more data. And we are just going to create a empty array. Nicer army units, I guess. This is weird. Because we can't properly... Oh, this is not JavaScript. You don't need a big A. Shouldn't have a big A. Because we can't match on the ID because it will start with 0. What we can do is instead to just say, just transfer all the data. Like that. I think we can do this. Let's do a var dump here to see if this works. Oh, nicer army arrays, army units. Okay, I think we can run this just to see what's going to happen. So hopefully we will get... Actually, let's do 2 var dumps so you will see the difference. Var dump army units. No, that did not work. Not at all. Right. Oh, this is not how we do it. Okay, a little change here. What we are going to do is just go like this, and we are going to insert the data ID, and yeah, we can do like that. Let's. I think that should be fine. Yeah. So this is fine. So you can see here that this was our original array where we had 0 and 1. So what I've done now is instead of having it 0 and 1, we just have 1 and 2. And this could change. So for example, if we go back and if we had something like this would be ID 3 and this will be ID 7, and we go back and run this, you can see that they would be 0 and 1, but instead we will replace them with 3 and 7. But I don't think this is a good way to do it, but it's neat and works because now we can just compare it to this one and we don't need to worry about doing multiple queries. Okay, so let's go back here. I think maybe if we skip this array we don't get the... Let's try it once. Ah, yeah, that's better. Okay, so I just added them like an array and an array and an array. We didn't need that apparently. Okay, so with this should work very well. What we can do here is we say if the amount is bigger than 0, if we want to buy any of these units, then we will just say let's just create a... Let's turn these off. Total cost equals 0. And here we can just say that in the nicer army units, in the nicer army units ID, and the what they would call the cost. And we should probably throw an error here as well. Let's just start by saying if set nicer army units ID, just to make sure that it exists, because you can send these variables yourself. Oops. So if it exists, if it doesn't exist, then let's just, for now, let's just do an exit. Let's just interrupt all. We'll just stop everything, because then someone has done something bad and written in their own IDs, and that's not good. So if we find one of those, we just exit. So what we can do is to take the cost, and we can multiply that with the amount, and we can just add this to the total cost, just like so. So what we get here is the total cost once all of this is run through. And let's just echo in the end here, total cost equals total cost. And let's try to run this. We don't get anything. Oh, what did I mess up now? Let's look here on 30. What? Oh, I see. Of course, it's not going to work right now, because if you remembered, I changed these, but of course in our resources tab, the army is still hard-coded to these values. That's not a good thing. Let's change them back like that, and let's try to run this again. Okay, so we want 5 militias, please, and the total cost is going to be 25. So we want 5 militias and 12 bowmen, and that's 193. So that's perfect. So that means we can just compare that value, so this value down here, the total cost, to our users' gold. Easy peasy. And we can do a query for that, or we did say that in the session variable, didn't we? It's been a while now. We might not. We don't. I thought we had it in the session variable. Anyways, that's fine. Actually, if we no, never mind. Never mind. So let's just do a query in that case. We can take that from the. Oops. We actually had that above, didn't we? Yeah. Let's just take these. And we can just, instead of calling it results, let's call it user. And we want more than just the army and the army strength. We actually need to do a let's just put a wildcard here for now. So let's get all of them. And we can just say that if the total cost is smaller or equal to the user, well, let's write it the other way. I think most people look at it this way. If we have enough gold, if our gold is greater or equal to the total cost, then we can buy this. So echo, you can afford your units. Okay, so this means that now we can actually buy things. And this is a bit annoying, because now we actually need to do this for each loop again to buy them. It's going to be a bit different though, but what we can do is we can start with, let's just remove the gold from, let's just say update resources. Gold equals gold minus total cost. And I think we need those. We might not. Where the ID is user ID. Perfect. And we forgot that one. And let's just do this query like so. Okay, so we remove the gold And now we just need to add the units. And I think it might be easier. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to do this in multiple queries if we need to. So we can just say we can have the exact same one here. We don't really need this anymore because if it didn't head up here, it's not going to go through here. Let's keep it for now. And here we can just say that. Actually, before we do these queries, no, it's fine. Let's do the queries. Worst case, we will get an error. So if it's set, then we can say that we want to update resources. We want to. I forgot about the battle strength. Let's say battle added battle strength equals 0. We can do the same thing here. You can say that plus equals. We can actually do the exact same thing. Army strength times the amount. So then we know that we need to add this one to our battle strength. Actually, now we also need our. This got a bit annoying, didn't it? We also need our current army array. Wow, this is a lot more annoying than I thought it would be. We have them all split up here, so let's just take. I guess we can take these. Once again, I need to think quite a lot. Okay, so we got that. We separate them. Okay. So this is a very badly thought out tutorial. This is like a let's play, but with programming. Okay, so I've forgotten where we are. For now, let's just to see if this works. Let's just set the battle strength. Let's ignore the army for now. Let's just go with the added battle strength. We actually don't need to look at any of this. Why would we? Okay, I know why we would, but for now we don't need to look at this. Let's just remove this for now, and we can actually just say that we want to update the battle resources. I forgot to set gold equals gold minus cost. So here we can say set battle strength equals battle strength plus battle strength. No, we called it something else, didn't we? Added battle strength. Okay. There we go. Where are these user ID? I think I removed one too many. Or one too few. Okay. Now I removed. Oh, come on, the editor is messing with me. Okay, there we go. Accidentally removed a bit too much, and then too little, and okay. So with this, I think this is gonna work. Let's try it out. It did not. It did not. Okay. You can afford your units. That's good. Line 72, we had some kind of issue. Added battle strength. Army strength. Did we call it army strength? We called it battle strength. I am messing this up so much. Battle strength. Did we call it army strength? Yeah, we did. I am an idiot. Army strength. Let's call it the same thing in all the places. That is so annoying. Army strength, even though it's not the army, it's just one of them. Battle strength, wherever we have that, let's replace this with army strength, And let's just make sure we don't mess anything up. Yep. Okay, so we got them all. And this one, let's just change that to added army strength, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Let's update this to see that, okay, we don't get any errors. So let's see if we actually got a stronger army or not. We have an army strength of -47. That's pretty sweet. Apparently something went wrong. Oh, I'm using the minus down here. Plus, there we go. I just copied from the gold and I forgot all about it. Okay, so our gold is a lot right now. I'm just gonna copy it. Let's make sure that also works. We go here, we update a few times, and we go back, and yeah, and we got a decent army strength. Awesome. Okay, so this is still unchanged. This is what we need to fix, and then this episode will be over. This has been a lot more confusing than I planned it to be. Oh, I didn't plan it, so okay. So how do we do that then? Let's see. So what we can do, we got all the it's called user resources. We got all the user resources, and we need to split up the army. So let's do that. Army split. Actually, we have this up there. I copied it earlier. Let's just continue with this. Let's go with this one to start with. Okay, so we split it up. We have it in 2 halves, and then we do a for each army array. As I wonder if you can do this. I'm not so sure you can. I don't think you can, but no, you cannot. Never mind. Never mind. Of course you can't. Never mind. That's just me thinking strangely. I don't know. Let's call it units. I don't remember what I called it earlier, but and then we will say, let's see, what will we do for each? So now we have split them up, so we have 2 of them. I think we are just going to do the same thing. We can call it my army array equals an array, and then for each of these we will explode them. It's called dx. Explode our units. The colon units. So we explode them, so that means ex0 is the ID and the 1 is the amount. So what we can do here is, if we just say my army array ex, same as before pretty much, ex0 is ex1. And let's see how this one looks. My army array. Let's just update. Okay, 85. Undefined variable result in 85. Okay, I messed something up here. Where is 85? Oh, result. Come on. User resources. Okay, let's go back. And okay, now we can find user because I changed that. It's fine. Okay, so what we can see now is that we have an array with ID 1 equals 100, ID 2 equals 50. So if we just add to this one the units we want to buy, I think it's going to work very well. Okay, so first things first, we got an error about the user undefined, and that's because we changed it to user resources, and we did that over here. Okay, where we check the gold. Yes, perfect. So what we can do now is, if we just cycle through what we have planned on buying. Actually, we can probably do this before, can't we? If we just move all of this up to over here, because we are cycling through the units over here, there is no need to do that again. So what we can also do here is to we can do another one. We can say if is set the my army array and the ID. So if we have that ID in our army, if we already have one of those units, then we will, let's see, what will we do? Then we will just add to it. So we will just say plus equals, and we will add the amount. And if it's not there, so if we don't have an army, then we want to add it. So we will, same thing, but we will remove the plus. So we'll just set it, because it doesn't yet exist. So now we have that array, and that means now in the end, when we are adding this, after we have checked that we have the gold for it, we can just glue this together with the implode. Army, let's just call it army insert. We can just implode, and the string is going to be, what's it going to be? It's going to be hang on, I'm spacing out again. We have a couple of, okay, so we have that array. We have two arrays. We need to do this a few times. Okay, we need to do this a few times. We need to loop through my array, my army array, as array. Oh, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but I have 5 cats at home and they are not getting along. I'm cat sitting 2 of them. We normally just have 3. Okay, so we need to glue these array pieces together. So, well, this became much more annoying than I thought. Where are we in all of this? You know what? Let's just, to make sure we haven't gotten completely off topic or off the tracks here, let's look at my army array, how it looks. So let's just do a var dump and we just update. Okay, so we can see that we have added the 105 and 62. Can't we just glue this together? I think we can. Why am I having such a big problem with this? My army array equals implode, and we will implode them with a comma, and the thing we are going to do is my army array, and should have written that over here. And let's try to run that. And yeah, no, that's not good. That is not good. That becomes 105 and 62. Only the values, because we don't have the. Oh, we don't have the. You know what? Right now, I cannot think of a good idea how we can actually do this. So we have this var dump. Let's just do it in the most horrible way we can. We're just gonna say insert new army. We are gonna have to fix this later on. It's gonna work, but it's not pretty. It's weird. Okay, so we will take. I should make sure here that. Yeah. Okay. One more time. Let's look at how this my army array looks. Okay, it looks like this. Yeah, let's do this. So for now, we are going to loop through this, and we are going to say that the ID and the amount, and we are just lazily going to add these. We're just going to say that insert new army And this shouldn't be an array, I'm sorry. It should be a string just like that. And we're just going to say that it's going to include the ID. And that sign and the amount. And we also need to put a comma over here. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. I think this works, but let's echo it out. Echo, insert new army. I am really not proud of this. Yeah, it works. You can see 105, 262, and we end up with a comma here. So we need to remove that. We need to check it. Is the last character a comma? If it is, remove it. But let's do that a bit later. We can just insert this. It's fine. You can see how I desperately tried to make something good here, but I failed. Okay, so here we can just set the army equals insert new army, and we are done. So let's save that, and we go back. We go to my army. We have 100. We have 50. We want 10 more of each. We submit, and we go back to my army, and it's not updated. Okay, what happened? What happened? Okay. Let's echo it out. Echo the SQL. And let's see what we get. Update resources, set army. Looks fine to me. Army strength. That also looks fine. I don't see the problem with this. Yes, I do. We have missed to put in a comma. So this is not valid. Well, you need a comma in between each value you're trying to set. Okay, so if we run this again, we want 10 and 10. Submit. My army. God damn it. Oh, hang on. This is actually fine. Okay, so we have 110 militia. We have 60 bowmen. This is the trailing comma. Undefined offset 1. It cannot find an offset, or it cannot find any value because it's empty after a comma. But we do our explode on the commas, so we have an array of 3. When it looks like this, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. And here's nothing, but we're trying to match on something. Okay, so if we can just remove that trailing comma, then we are good to go, and we are done. Okay, so the way we do this is just to we can just do it down here. We just do if substring. Let's see, insert new army, and here we say -1, and it will become the last character. So if the last character equals comma, then we will remove the last character. So to remove this string, we actually do kind of the same thing. We say that insert string insert new army equals substring insert new army, and then we say where it's going to start, which before it started at -1, which is the last character. Now we say we're going to start at the beginning, and we are going to end at the last character. So just like that. And with this, I think we are going to see good results. I hope so. My army, come on, here we go. By 10, by 10. I'm not sure how it will be now because we will actually match with these. We'll probably get an error here. Yeah. But if we go back to my army, there we go. Okay, we have bowmen. What? Why do we get that? What? How does this one look right now? Oh. Okay, so this is not an error we should get. Let's just remove those manually right now, and I think this is going to be fine. If we reload this, and if we try to buy a lot of them, we could actually afford that. Awesome. Yeah, it works. Perfect. It works perfectly. Yeah, that's it. Perfectly. It worked decently, I would say. and we got to play checkers. That's nice. Guard tower. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's make sure let's just fix this. I shouldn't have clicked on anything. That's how you find errors. Okay, cannot redeclare. Okay, so we have a function that's running multiple times. In the back end, down functions 3. Some functions 1, 2, 3. Get resources. Oh. Wait, what? Yeah, because we load that in over here. Let's just change this to include ones. Will that work? Should probably change all of these to include ones. Reload, try to build a building. Let's do it here so we'll get 3 of these. No, that's not it. Fatal error, cannot redeclare. Get resources. Why do we redeclare it? When we buy something, we are just using that. Let's see what happens when we buy something. We go into this file, we create a building, and what happens next? Okay, we complete it. Wait, it should actually be here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so we are reloading this, and that apparently doesn't work very well. Okay, I see the problem now. I'm just not sure how to solve it. You know what? This is something we will do another time. So just to make this work without anything, we're going to remove this. We had it in here earlier. We changed this today, so we're going to remove that over there. We're going to put it into the town, and we are going to put it into the army. And let's fix that in another episode. That is a good way to say, because I am not going to follow through on that, but I don't need to worry about that. So let's try to buy something, and it works. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. That's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful night. Hope to see you next time.